Well, it's not actually May 4th, but it won't be that date when I post this video. So yeah. So today is not May 4th. Glad we established that. I've just been hardcore psyched about the new Star Wars film coming out in December. Probably has something to do with this. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I know everything about Star Wars, but that doesn't mean that I'm not really enthusiastic about the new film. I think the franchise holds a super creative and interesting world with complex and really interesting characters, and the costume design is cool. I just love Star Wars. And I can barely contain my excitement for December, just because from what we've seen so far, it's going to be awesome. We've got a woman main character, a person of color main character, both of which are things that the franchise has struggled with in the past. So, good job. Don't mess it up. And Han Solo! Harrison Ford is Han Solo! Ah! And Princess Lupita Nyong'o, who I am madly in love with, is going to be a space pirate. Other than Sarah's best friend or Sarah's girlfriend, there's really nothing that I would rather see Lupita doing than being a space pirate. I just hope we get to see her face. But this video isn't just me talking about my uncontainable joy for the new Star Wars film. No, you also get a little bit of a history lesson, which brings us back to May the 4th be with you. Does anyone else have the knee-jerk reaction to respond to that with, and also with you? Anyone? Anyways, as you can probably tell, May the 4th be with you is a play on the iconic phrase, May the Force be with you. It's been said at least once in every single Star Wars film. The American Film Institute ranks it as one of the top 100 movie quotes of American cinema. These quotes were chosen based on cultural impact and legacy. May the Force be with you comes in at number 8. Not bad. Now the pun, May the 4th be with you, is in reference to the date, the 4th of May, May 4th. A funny coincidence, with the exception of Star Wars The Clone Wars in August and this December with The Force Awakens, all of the Star Wars movies have been released in May. Yes, it's all very clever, but who came up with it first? Well, actually, the first documented instance was in London, May 4th, 1979, almost 2 years after the release of A New Hope. An ad was taken out in the London Evening News to celebrate Margaret Thatcher's election as the first female Prime Minister of Britain. You go, Maggie! Unfortunately, I couldn't find any information on whether or not Margaret Thatcher herself was a Star Wars fan, but there was a Tory, somewhere, who very much was. They saw an opportunity and they took it. May 4th, 2011 was the first Star Wars Day celebration. It's viewed as kind of the official start of Star Wars Day as a holiday. Then in 2013, the Disney park started celebrating the holiday, which isn't at all surprising considering that Disney has been putting on Star Wars weekends, which also starts in May every single year since 2003. And then there's different Star Wars stuff being released on May 4th in the following years, like the special features for the Blu-ray collection or the full-length trailer of Star Wars Rebels. And now it's an opportunity to participate in a trending hashtag and to show how much you like Star Wars. So the more and more it's celebrated, the more it's become this unofficial but also kind of official holiday for Star Wars fans. And that's really cool. Now, do I think that the phrase originated in 1979 with some nerdy English person? No. No, I do not. I mean, it very well could have, but it's a pun. It's hard to keep track of these things because when you make a pun, you rarely stop and think, you know? I bet someone will eventually research that joke I just made, so I should record this. What probably happened is that people have been making that pun since Star Wars became a thing, and the Star Wars fandom wanted a holiday. The internet is great for sharing, among other things, puns. So why not make a holiday? And that's it. Let me know in the comments if you guys celebrated May 4th in any sort of Star Wars fashion. Also, are you guys excited about The Force Awakens? You already know my stance on it. Please leave some comments on yours. So I know the princess has already addressed this, but I am obviously in a different setting than usual. So there will most likely be more interesting and varied vlog environments for you guys. This isn't actually where I'm planning on vlogging right now. It's just that area is not quite set up, so I decided to do it here in the living room. Yep. But who knows? Maybe now that I have more space, I'll start switching up the backgrounds. No consistent backdrops for me. I'm fun and spontaneous. Something else just occurred to me. You probably didn't notice because there's 24 of you. But we have new banner artwork. It was done by Night JJ and you can expect a video about it soon. And I think that's it. Thanks for watching. May the Force be with you all, and the princess will see you next week.